good to go. Beautiful. We are good to go, and we're fucking back. Hell yeah. And look at that bang. Goober in the chat in literally a millisecond. Holy shit. We're so fucking back. We're fucking back, boys. It's going great today, Goober. Great day today. How's it going for you today? Cape grinding in progress for your heavy class. Same here, brother. I think I have 5 missions left for the red cape on the heavy. And then I'm going to switch back. Oh, 4 missions. Holy shit. And then I'm going to switch back to another class. Maybe work on Bulwark a little bit. Maybe play like 3 matches with Bulwark. And then I'm going to go to like, maybe like Vanguard or TAC or Assault and work on those some more. But we might be able to do some Cape Ultra grinding today. Because this is going to be a decently long stream. We're going to, you know, we got a good time. We got on in a good time. And we're going to go late into the night. So we might as well get this going. I've been playing heavy with the Chains of Duty. I've been loving it. Oh my gosh, these dailies suck. Oh god. Scissor season in the chat. Some light. Bang, we're back. Mod Scissors in the chat. Hello, how are we fucking doing? We're gonna jump right into it. Get this Cape Ultra grind going. See if we can't pull off some W's tonight. And guys, we might have a lot to talk about regarding the potential brand new class coming to the game in year 3. I don't know. Meister Inc. left a nice comment on my video on YouTube saying he's been theory crafting. So we might be diving into that. Definitely going to be diving into it. Oh, all right. Spawns me in. Nice. hell did that come from?
Have the advantage inside the Imperial encampment.
Reporting in. Team has arrived at the Imperial Guard.
Talassa, you need to acquire the Astra Militarum demolition codes required to deploy and arm their ordnance. Source one from any soldier you see, alive or otherwise. High priority materials eliminated. Iron Haven ready.
I can't even see what is going on. I can't wait for my cape on heavy. I have to create a Ultragrind champion. Hell yeah. I'm definitely going to be creating one of those when I get the red cape as well. And probably a Deathwatch watch captain in Gravis armor.
Captain,
The demolition codes are secured. Proceed to the Prometheum refinery and complete the
Got so
demolition
many to make.
preparations.
Wayward Ranger, welcome to chat, brother. We're doing well, man. How are you?
Obtaining armaments.
Oh, massive horde incoming. Let's go.
Frag grenade deployed. Ready for next encounter.
paths are clear and codex compliant. Ultra-fire, brother.
I knew they were coming right over that ridge. As soon as that massive horde gets called and you make it through that checkpoint, they come right over the ridge every time.
This is where we sow the enemy's defeat, brothers.
It's absolutely cooked. Look how many whip warriors are right here, too. This is cooked. If our attack had radiating impact, they'd all be dead. I really love this bolter for fucking parries right here. This is it. You can like press it right before they hit you and you're good every time. Look how many fucking warriors are right here. Get off of me. The best thing is when you hit him with a parry, and because this gun reloads on Gunstrike, off a Gunstrike, you just unload full, wow. You just fully unload your clip right in their brain. Right after a Gunstrike. Yo, my bad, guys. Yo, what is this guy doing in the back here? What is this guy doing? Clown ass. I can't even read chat right now. Good frag grenade. Yeah, take the execution. Yep, there you go. Nice. Shit. Watch, I'm gonna get jumped by a lictor right here. Where's that?
Fragmentation device in place. Specialized bio.
Yep, get off of me. Yep. Oh my gosh, I'm on a tear right now. Oh, good shot.
Xenos eradication.
Oh, I'm out of ammo. There you go. He can take him out. I'm out of ammo.
Magazine
Alright, hold on. Have you noticed that the Iron Hands champion piece can be equipped on classes that don't even use the same armor pattern?
Cadians are running
Yes, I
outside.
did notice that,
How close
and
are
I'm
you
not
to the Promethean facility?
a fan of that.
Reaching the facility now.
Yeah, it's kind of weird, but I like that I can be used for all classes. Yeah, because like realistically, like other classes would not use that chest piece. But hey, I'm all for more cosmetics though. Although phrasing, yep. Although I don't really use Iron Hand's chest piece, I do use the bionic hand the most. Yes, I do like the bionic hand a lot actually, where it's just the hand portion, not the actual gauntlet. Hopefully this means future DLC armor pieces for Mark 10 Gravis will be usable on other Gravis classes as well. Yeah, I hope so as well. Especially if the new champion for Salamanders is the heavy class. If it's Gravis armor.
If you know what is good for you.
I'm also streaming on YouTube, Scissors. I might have to figure out a way to put the chat on screen for both YouTube and Twitch, but I know there were some problems in the past with Twitch having or banning or restricting accounts who had stream on screen. So I gotta look into that again. I'm pretty sure they fixed it, where you can have chat on screen. Because I'm pretty sure Haze Man does that. He has his chat on the screen.
Calibrate your aim,
How's the Cape Grind going? It's going great. Four wins away from Red Cape on Heavy. So this is going to be number 1 probably. Where are we? Generator 1? Oh, shit. Better get there. Trot Pocket, what's going on, brother? How are you? Welcome to the chat.
Tyranid invasion. Enhanced tactic ready. Engaging elite countermeasures.
Access denied. By the Omnissiah's will.
Oh my god.
The first leg of this race is behind us.
Guys, I was on a tear on that massive horde, man. Let's go.
Refilling magazines.
Look at these gaunts running in, bro. Get out of here, bro.
Fragmentation grenade, no! Let us keep that swarm from ever reaching generator 4.
Yeah, real Astartes tactics here.
Iron Halo online.
Real Astartes tactics.
Margin of error 0.0 nanometers. Generator 4 is suffering calcium loss. Provide service before components are harmed. Changing magazine. Sire's watchful oculus.
We are ready to ambush the enemy.
Look at us all just fire on him at the same time.
Medium fields. It will make a good vantage for your ambush.
Bang. What else? Oh, right here.
Ammunition restocked.
Do I play tabletop? If so, what faction? No, unfortunately I don't play tabletop right now. Now, I used to play tabletop back in the day when I was in, like, middle school, and I played Space Marines, but I also had orcs as well. I just didn't have enough orcs to really feel like a viable army, but I did get my old miniatures from, like, I feel like it was from, like, 7th edition, sent to me from my parents' storage unit. So, when I get some additional time, I'm gonna get back into the hobby, I think. And with 11th edition just releasing, I think it's a great time to sort of get back in the hobby. But I will definitely be playing Space Marines. But who knows, if I get maybe the 11th edition box set at some point, maybe I'll play Space Marines and Orcs. It's always fun to have multiple factions. I'm thinking about trying to do some of my hard weekly missions. Yeah. Nice, nice, nice. What chapter would I be? I'm still trying to decide that. Because my favorite chapter is Space Wolves, right? But I feel like I also want to make an Ultramarines army. I feel like Ultramarines... I know they get a lot of hate because they're on everything, and they're in every single narrative for the tabletop. But I think having an Ultramarines armor would just be really cool because I kind of fuck with the Ultramarine drip.
We have arrived at Nozick's facility. Run distraction efforts as long as you can.
On my honor, I will
Naughtiplex,
ensure
you
your
said
mission is
you'd love to see a champion from one of the successor chapters in Space Marine 2's Year 3. I would love to see that as well. What champion for what class and what chapter would you like to see in Year 3?
Xenos swarm reaches our position.
us against 100,000 or 200,000 Tyranids. I like those odds even without the ball.
Confidence is a weapon. Overconfidence is a disadvantage.
I just sprayed and prayed right there. Oh. Come on, cub. Why are we doing that? Why are you doing all that? Oh, get back. Oh, shit.
This position is defensible.
Obviously, Minotaurs. I think that'd be really cool as well. I think Minotaurs have some really unique cosmetic pieces that would be a lot of fun to be added to the game, and that could also be used on a lot of other chapters.
The enemy comes, Captain. But we are prepared. Dig in. We need that bomb triggered for optimal yield. Orbital scan estimates the bulk of the swarm will not be in position for a while yet. Keep your heads and get it done. Ah! Ha ha ha! Good. Be calm. I wondered how I might pass the time. What is the build, man?
Oh, shit.
The bulk of the swarm.
Alright, that's how we're gonna do this? Come here.
Continue holding.
Behind us, brothers!
Headshots all day with this heavy bolter, bro.
Xeno's countermeasures successful. Sending projectiles.
Eat wild for that, trying to shoot me in the back. Yep. No, sir.
Console's ready for input. Halfway there, brothers. Keep it up.
Bang. Boys, I'm telling you, this might be the heavy bolter build meta right here.
Refilling my more Tyranids. I was worried we had run out. Promethium trap is ready for ignition. Ignition.
Look at all those warriors just jump up right there. Just spraying in there with bolter fire. Let's see if I can get a grenade over there. Do I think there are many successor chapters that could be represented with a champion skin? Oh yeah, absolutely. I think that there might be some that could work. Yeah, definitely. I think that you know, you said Minotaurs for sure. I think that Size of the Emperor could have a really cool champion skin. You know, with like a Size of the Emperor cape. I think that Raptors could have a really cool champion skin, like for Sniper. I think that
extraction complete.
Even like Flesh Tearers could have a really cool champion skin for like TAC. Carcharodons maybe, yeah. Blood Ravens even for like a Sniper or a Vanguard. I'm trying to think what else. I really think though that, you know, if they're gonna do 2 champion skins for every class, maybe even 3, I think that the Tech Marine might be next, following... Well, actually, let's think about this. Because so far, we have 2 champion skins for TAC, 2 for Assault, 2 for Bulwark, and then we have 1 Vanguard, 1 Sniper, 1 Heavy, and one Tech Marine, right? So, my prediction is that the Salamander's second skin will be for Heavy. And then I think after that, it's kind of a toss-up between Vanguard, Sniper, and Tech Marine. But I would really like to see a unique Tech Marine skin. For a unique Tech Marine that, like, in the lore doesn't follow, like, the standard, like, Codex compliant Tech Marine look, right? So there's a couple different ones for Tech Marines that don't follow that standard look. And in my opinion, that would be, because they already did sort of like an Iron Hands, Iron Father for the Tech Marine already. So then after that, the unique ones would be like a Space Wolves Iron Priest, and then a Sons of Medusa Forge Rite. But again, Sons of Medusa are a successor chapter for the Iron Hand, so it's like, do they do something similar but different? Like if they were to do a Sons of Medusa Forge Rite. And then like, so there are some other chapters that don't necessarily have like the standard Codex compliant Tech Marine, right? Like the Black Templars, for instance. I've seen artwork for Black Templars Tech Marines that have them wearing standard Codex compliant, like red armor entirely, but then also like the mix of red and black armor. But those looks sort of come from like very old like Codex looks of Firstborn Marines. So it's like, do they go that route? But me personally, I would love to see a Space Wolves Iron Priest as the second Tech Marine skin. Alright, I think we have 3 more for heavy. Yes, sir. 3 more. Let's just do a quick match. Vortex. Absolute. Let's switch over to Plasma real quick. I'm going to switch to Heroic Plasma right here. So then we got to think, like, what else could there be for Sniper and for Vanguard, right? What do you guys think would be good? Let's keep it to first founding chapters. First founding chapters, champion skins for the Vanguard and Sniper. I think that maybe White Scars could be one for the Vanguard class. Maybe. You know, fast attack. They could do something kind of unique there, maybe. And then for Sniper, it's a little bit weird because they already added the feathered cape for Raven Guard. So it's like, where do they go with that?
Brace for warp exposure. Corrupted enemy extinguished.
I'll just carry this.
Object identified. Astartes progenoid.
Astartes progenoid. I don't want to jump down yet in case, like, there's a Terminator spawn behind us. They always spawn Terminators, bro, behind. Sniper can only be a Raptor. But we are getting the Raptors cosmetic pack along with the second Salamander's champion in patch 14. So it's like, do they add enough Raptors cosmetics in that cosmetic pack to sort of create a pseudo Raptors champion for Sniper? What is wrong with... I know you guys just saw that with my plasma gun. What just happened?
Refilling magazines. Status report.
You said, I think the sniper will be one of the last classes to get a champion, since with its current cosmetics, you can already recreate pretty much any chapter sniper. I kind of agree with that opinion. Yeah. Like, we already have some, you know, we already have probably the most requested sniper cosmetics from the Raven Guard champion pack, or the Raven Guard champion for sniper, with the cape and with the single shoulder having the feathers on it. I feel like that's what most people wanted out of a Raven Guard sniper champion.
Into the lower levels. What is this accursed place? Is this the walk of the heretics?
Oh, here we go. Hellbird spawn? Yep. Saw that coming from 2 miles away. Look, this... I'm gonna get charged by this fucking... He's charging me, of course. Oh no! I got stuck on something! No, no, no! No! That was kind of cheesy. Oh, what? Please. Oh, bro. You gotta be kidding me, bro. Look, I'm stuck on a piece of metal, bro. Come on, cuh. And he's dead. Oh, I'm taking this. And after the Raptors cosmetic pack, I'm not sure what else they could add for sniper. Yeah, so that's sort of like my thought. They would have to get real creative with the sniper cosmetics specifically. And for the most part, I'm pretty sure sniper, I'm pretty sure from the last time they put out the statistics regarding most played classes, sniper was at the bottom of the list, because tactical is definitely the most played class by far in this game. Excuse me. In this game, right? So, in my opinion, it might benefit them to do more Mark 10 Tacticus armor type champions in the future, and then share those pieces across tactical, assault, bulwark, even tech marine a little bit. Versus doing more Phobos armor type champions. Like, cause they could add some they could just add some unique, like, heroic cosmetics for Phobos armor, like different Phobos type helmets. And that would probably satisfy the majority of the community, and then make more unique champion skins using Mark 10 Tacticus armor that are, like, true champions of, like, chapters, right? Oh, I love the stagger on heavy plasma, man. Like, it just staggered those enlightened Zangor right out of that spear throw. Nice.
lights. All monuments of false gods fall before the Imperial.
Shoot us down! Find your wings!
Cover them! Look, it knocked that Chaos Spawn right out of its charge, too.
Has been set. Your fate decided.
Our position has changed, but we are still advanced.
Oh my gosh. I just missed every shot right there. You'd love to see the Exorcist get some love with heraldry, inscribed armor pieces, backpack with candles. I would agree. I think also they could do that sort of stuff that would work with Black Templars, Dark Angels as well. Like the backpack with candles would work with all those chapters as well. Because I was thinking about, you know, along with that, like the potential next class coming in year 3 as well, and what a champion skin could be for that. And I was like, okay, like, I know I spoke previously on if it's an apothecary, I think a sanguinary priest would be a great champion skin for an apothecary, and that's just a standard apothecary, not an apothecary biologist. And then I was like, oh, what could a champion skin be for like a Judiciar type? And I was like, oh wait, like Dark Angel's Inner Circle companions like would be. What the hell? Where'd that Terminator come from? I need this ammo real quick. Right? Like a Dark Angel's Inner Circle companion? Would that work for like a Judiciar type class? With like a two-handed greatsword as the primary melee weapon? Maybe not though, because the Judiciar is not the same as the Inner Circle companion, right? But I was like, that would be sick as fuck. Or if they gave like a Dark Angel's Judiciar champion similar cosmetic pieces to an Inner Circle companion, like with robes and hoods, like I think it's like red robes, right, for Inner Circle.
Enhanced tactic. We must bridge the distance between us and the astropath. Practical. Utilize local machine spirit to construct passage.
Locate ourselves. Activate bridge. Massacre heretics. Let us find some power cells.
Let's do Fall Guys stream. Yeah, right. Dark Angel Interrogator Chaplain would be sick. Yes, it would. I'd rather not fight the Thousand Suns as my hard weekly mission. I agree.
Power cell found. generator.
Where's this last power cell, bro?
Here is a power cell.
Just got shot in the back by a sniper. Love that.
The bridge has power. Break apart and engage the astropath. Now is our chance. Purge that traitorous filth.
When I get the red cape for the heavy class, what kind of chapter am I going to use it for? I'm probably going to make like a variant where I have a... Oh god.
Destroy that psycho.
Hold on. Oh my god. Where are these guys coming from? I'm out of ammo. Chat, am I cooked?
There's no turning back. Iron Halo online.
This annoying ass Zangor Enlightened.
Execute the spawn. Purge the corrupted astropath. Avenging abomination.
I'm probably gonna make a like a lore accurate Ultramarine captain in Gravis armor, and then I'm also gonna make a Deathwatch watch captain in Gravis armor, and let's see, let's think what else.
New objective.
Because I've been really like thinking about like what capes go with what chapters. Like red capes go really well with Ultramarines. Black capes go really well with like Blood Angels, Imperial Fists. Oh, I'm out of ammo.
Out of ammunition.
It's one of my most annoying
Confirmed.
parryable attacks from Zangor and Lightning right there.
Engaging elite countermeasures. Ammunition restocked. Iron Halo ready.
You said you'd recreate the champion cosmetic for heavy? Yeah, that's what my thought was as well. Because it's funny, the champion pack for heavy, being the Ultramarine champion, is technically the third company captain. Like they made it a third company captain of the Ultramarines. And it has like all the correct pieces and stuff, but like a Captain Gravis armor is supposed to have like a cape, at least based on the tabletop model. Or on the tabletop models. just trying to land all these shots on him while he's moving. Oh, nice. We chipped him down pretty good.
Demon retreat.
It is forcing us further into the corruption. The Imperium's light is
Wayward
never
Ranger, we can definitely take a look at your build
atmospheric conditions of caustic.
after this match.
Not stay here. Find an escape.
I am led to salvation. Now I shall have that beast's head.
Yeah, this thing fucks. Plus, plasma on these tentacles is so much better. Oh, okay. Sounds good, man. Yeah, just shoot me in the back like that. Huh. Get out of here. Where's my ammo box? Oh, where's my ammo box?
Its tentacles are ruined. Set sights
If it comes after me, I'm fucking cooked. Oh, no. Alright. Alright. Run! Bang, perfect parries. Let's go. That's on a balanced parry window, too.
Our war gear lacks efficacy against that warp shield.
Will this grotesquerie never end?
Eliminate hostiles before they interact with the beast.
Okay. This fucking cultist. Oh no, what happened?
Hellspawn. Destruction required.
Okay.
Intercepting projectiles. Refilling magazines.
Oh.
Iron field online.
I don't think he got to use his little disco ball ray thing that entire boss fight. That was good. That's like the most annoying part of his boss fight. All right, let me go to the bathroom real quick and I'll be right back. Okay. Alright, Wayward. We're gonna get you in here to take a look at that. That Ultramarine Successor Chapter build. And then we can maybe even run a mission if you want. Woo! Hey. But yeah, guys, the more I think about like what the new class coming year 3 could potentially be, the more excited I get for this game. Like I don't know, man. Like this game has so much upside potential, and I think after year 2, like this past year, with the content that they did put out, I think the overall consensus of the content that they put out was positive, okay? There were some hiccups along the way, don't get me wrong, like some definite hiccups, like that voice pack DLC, like they were straight up trying to scam, bro. Like just call a spade, you know? But I think overall, the direction that this game is pushing, it might be one of the best horde shooters like on the market, like currently, you know. And I've been seeing some stuff on some other horde shooters, you know, like Gears of War E-Day is coming out like next year, or this year in October, and I was like, man, that's gonna be a pretty solid horde shooter. And I was taking a look at some of the information. No, I haven't put the code yet. Wayward here. I was taking a look at some of the information for Gears of War E-Day, and they said they're gonna do like a 12-man horde siege mode. And I was like, oh my gosh, bro, like Space Marine 2, you know, like they're not going to be able to pull that off like in this game, right? Now Space Marine 3, if there's massive success in Gears of War E-Day on a 12-man horde siege mode that's like semi-open world, like Space Marine 3 better put that in their game. Like if they don't, they're fucking cooked. Alright, is this you, Wayward? Okay, where we at? Alright. Okay, first of all, this is Mortifactors. I already know this is Mortifactors, right? And I like this. Lots of skulls. You know, this looks kind of similar to the, there's a picture of, like, Mortifactors. It's like, I think it's a Phobos, like, infiltrator. And he has, like, a skull mask and skulls all over his, like, armor pieces. And it looks sick as fuck. And this is what this reminds me of. So, really great job. Yeah. This looks great. Based it off the wiki picture? Oh, nice. Nice. I think that's the one I'm referencing. Hold on, let me see if I can pull that up. Here, let me see here. Let me switch to this real quick. Like this one right here. This looks fucking sick, boys. Like Phobos Infiltrator Mortifactors. Hey, nice work, man. Really nice work. Heck yeah. Okay. Let me do this. If anyone wants to jump in for one absolute mission run, we can do that. Oh, hold on. Oh, let me pop that key again. If anybody else wants to jump in for one absolute mission run. Oh, wavy. Quick with it, bro. Okay. I'm gonna go back to my Chains of Duty heavy bolter. And then let's do a little... Let's do some termination. Let's do termination. Are your team perks okay? Yeah, no, Strategic Strikes is great, man. Nice, brother. Low Imperial Fist. Let's run it.
For the Emperor! For the Emperor!
You know, funny enough, one of my favorite Mortifactors is Watch Captain Artemis of Watch Company Tertius. Do you guys know he was a Mortifactor? Pretty cool, man. Watch Captain Artemis.
Tyranids have already established their capillary towers.
You said when you read they hang trophies off their chest armor, I thought the Carcharodon's armor would work great. Yeah, bro, absolutely, it works fantastic.
Near an abandoned Imperial fortress. Their weapons will lead the counterattack. The Cadian commander can brief you on the fortress's current status.
Nice, nice, nice.
Burn for the infestation they spread to this planet. The Xenos will turn this planet to a husk.
The fortress's Icarus lascannons are strong enough to bring down that beast and the towers. Even with your aid, we do not have the forces to penetrate the main gate. You will need another way in.
Hold your position. We will access the lascannons.
This path will lead you into the jungle and towards the fortress. May the Emperor grant you success.
We need to proceed. Captain Akaran, the Cajuns cannot topple that Tyranid behemoth without the fortress's weapons.
The front gate is inaccessible, so you must enter from below. Fortress schematics show a waste reclamation center. Travel beneath the Tyranids and up into the fortress.
Waste reclamation. Let's do as it is then. Xenos countermeasures successful. Marked Xenos combatant. Iron Halo protocol in progress. Utilize artifact in dire circumstances. Sending projectiles. Enhanced tactic ready. Target Xenos fire.
There we go.
Revenant, enemy tower boost. Elite level Xenos. Pacify. Go and throw tag. Engage my teams.
Oh! Oh! Great CHP recovery, though. I saw this sniper over here just hiding away for some reason.
Iron Hazel online.
Out of it, get jumped by a lictor. I don't know how I survived that shit. Oh, wow, he just jumped over me? Okay, sounds good. That works, I guess. Yep, take him. Nice. Oh, I wanted that execution.
For the Emperor.
Do you think we'll ever see a Firstborn style chess piece like the Mark 8 Errant, or do you think Saber will stick to Primaris only? I think they're being I think they're being told to stick to Primaris only for like breastplates and stuff, because they've obviously added Firstborn helmets and greaves now to the game. But every time it gets brought up about adding a Firstborn style breastplate, like the Deathwatch cosmetics from the campaign, they say they're not allowed to buy Saber or buy Games Workshop. Meister Inc. Heyo, welcome in, brother. Hey, Meister Inc. I'm ready to hear that that theory crafting you've been up to. But yeah, Naughty Plex out. I think that they're being. I think they're straight up being told to not include any sort of Firstborn chess pieces by Games Workshop, which kind of sucks ass. It's like, oh, helmets and greaves are cool, but breastplates aren't now? Like, I don't get that. So, I'm not a huge fan of that thought process, but hey, Games Workshop gets to do what they want. They're the one with the IP. So, there's a stim up here if anyone wants it. Did anyone grab that stim back there? The restorative stim? No? No one grabbing stims? These guys are too locked in. They don't even want a stim. Oh my gosh. Oh my god.
specialized bioform neutralized. Bionano tactics.
Alright, so I type here and you read it when you got some downtime. No worries, brother. Did anyone grab that stem? Nobody grabbed the stem.
You lack further, brother.
What is
Your
happening?
point?
What stirs your passion if not combat?
I mean, if nobody's gonna grab it, I mean.
Your heart is as cold and still
Right
as
here,
stone.
cuh.
It merely steadies my aim.
Come on, Wayward. Gotta keep everybody alive here.
Observe ground. Contact ready. Subterranean tyranny annihilated.
Do I rotate lobby after every game?
Captain, we approach the
Nah, just based on if people want to get in, and if I want to run a mission with some people. We could run some more missions.
I am airborne ready. An unpleasant odor. Refilling magazines. The Imperium provides. Machine slumber.
Oh, nice. Watch. Lictor's about to jump my ass. Happens every time.
This whole system will be activated before we proceed. Head for the consoles.
Oh, hello. Why, hello there.
Suppress any interior units. The fortress remains sealed.
Look, Wayward's over here getting fucking wrecked by these fucking guys. How many warriors, bro?
Elite level Xenos. We have to awaken the other consoles before we venture into the fortress. High priority tyranny eliminated.
Oh my god, he just jumped 50 feet, bro. Come on. That's some bullshit.
Melter bomb prepared. Fortress is sealed. We have to activate these consoles.
Oh my god. What do we have here? And how did I just get hit? Oh! Alright, alright. Alright, time to lock in. What in the world is going on?
Xenos displaying evasive death log.
Not a fan of this. Okay. Okay, well. That was just diabolical work. AI director, help, please? What kind of fucking spawn was that? I might have punched above your weight class? No. That was crazy amount of warriors. We'll run that one again. Woo. You know the new level on the last elevator as we make our way into the boss arena? Yes. One of the characters will begin chanting battle hymns, and the other two characters will respond accordingly. Yes, I know exactly what you're talking about. And they have, those are like unique voice lines. This is something a chaplain will do. It could be nothing, but it could be an Easter egg as well. I agree. I definitely agree. Because, what's funny, you know, when you left your comment on my video, Meister Inc., it's funny because it immediately made me think of an Easter egg they left on the exfiltration mission. Before a battle, chaplains will chant, pray, and encourage their battle brother with vows, duties, and tales of their past deeds of victory as an inspirational preparation for the fight to come. Absolutely. Oh, okay. You said also makes me wonder if Vespasius will become a justiciar based on his banter with one of his brothers. Okay. Interesting theory. Because I know the banter that you speak of. He gives off that energy of boosting the morale of those around him. Mm-hmm. What time do I usually start streaming? So it really depends on the day. But I typically will try to stream like 7 or 8 p.m. CST until like,
The Tyranids have already established,
you know, 10, 11, or even midnight.
They mean to harvest this planet's biomass. They will take Kadaku, but we will make them pay for it. Those towers, they're Bio-Titan. Acadian platoon is taking up position near an abandoned Imperial fortress. Their weapons will lead the counterattack.
Yeah, so Vespasius does have those voice lines, like, faith without deeds is worthless, war is our purpose. I can imagine no finer purpose than keeping the hearts of my brothers pure and the hearts of my enemies still. So,
The fortress's Icarus las cannons are strong enough to bring down that beast and the towers. Even with your aid, we do not have the forces.
so I
to
do
penetrate
agree
the
because
main gate.
there are voice lines that speak of Vespasius
This path will lead you into the
specifically
jungle
spending
towards the
time
fortress. May the Emperor grant you success.
We will not find our way to the fortress.
in the
Captain Akaran,
what's it
the
called?
Xenos will not receive judgment until
Basically,
we secure the
he
vital
spends time
fortress.
in between missions in the chapel with the chaplains, like reciting the litanies and stuff. You have more reasons but no way to send them to you? I mean, you could always leave it in a fat comment on that one video, but I think I get where you're going with the Vespasius has a lot of similarities, or has the beginnings of an affinity, like with chaplain-based duties in like tending to the spiritual matters of his brothers.
I may occasionally sound like a chaplain.
Oh, look.
I follow our Primarch the same as you. The battle is the servant.
Like he just said that line right there. He says he does have similarities to a chaplain. Now, that could be a potential Easter egg hinting at, all right, maybe a chaplain type character will be joining the ranks. I think though, that for this game in the PvE, I really do believe that they're not going to change the existing classes into any other classes during the time that this game is running. Now, in Space Marine 3, I think that maybe we might see the same characters but in different roles. Because Quartus, for instance, talks about like being reconstructed in the Apothecarian like a ton, right? Because of battle scars and wounds and stuff like that. But what you're sort of hinting at reminds me of a very similar Easter egg on the Exfiltration mission, where on Exfiltration, when they first released it... Oh, hold on. There's a gene seed over here. I'm trying to pick up these ammo boxes if I can. Jeez. On the Exfiltration mission, there's a very similar Easter egg where when they first released Exfiltration, there was a voice line, I think from Decimus, where he said, or Quartus, where he said, next time we need to bring a Tech Marine with us on a mission like this, right? Which then ended up leading to the Tech Marine being like the next class. Now, I think the litanies that they speak at the end of Purgation, that could be a potential Easter egg for a chaplain type class. I just don't think they would make Vespasius the chaplain or the Justiciar, right? I think it would be someone completely different. The sniper also encourages him and says he would make a fine chaplain. Yes, this is true. So maybe in Space Marine 3, we might... Like, what I would be interested to see is in Space Marine 3, the same characters come back, but in different roles, right? Like Titus, because Titus is now the captain of the second company. You then have, like, someone move up to, like, the chaplain, or someone move up to the apothecary. Gadriel's now, like, an ancient. Chiron is dead, obviously, but, R.I.P. Chiron. Look, they're talking about it right now. But I feel like we might get something like that type of Easter egg, maybe closer to the release of the new class. Like maybe in patch 14, we might get an Easter egg like that on like a new mission. But I don't think a new operation is coming to patch 14. I think the next new operation will be in patch 15. With the anniversary update.
Ready for next encounter. Waste nothing, brothers.
Yeah, boys, make sure you grab stims as well. But definitely a good theory. There's a guaranteed stim up here as well.
Stim supplies here.
Alright. Well, I'm just gonna grab this. Oh, lovely.
Intercepting projectiles. Afflicted front request support.
Oh, hello.
Class tyranny. Prepare to counter.
This is a very bad hallway to be in right now.
Picked attack tyranny fell.
Oh.
Rather than beneath our boots.
I'm gonna try and get you if I can.
Rather than attack tyranny obliterated. Kill confirmed. Major tyranny threat.
Shit. Oh, what? I thought I definitely just knocked him down.
Deadlock. Assuring mission readiness. You are ready to Iron Halo ready. Iron Halo tactics.
Oh, what? I thought that worked every time.
Iron Halo online.
I'm moving out to a better space. Fuck! Oh my god, I might go down right here.
Anastasis is dead. All brothers done. Engage.
Alright, it's on a different level.
Iron Halo protocol in progress. Arms tactic ready.
Okay. Being in this like corridor in this tunnel with like a neurothrope is like fucking terrible.
Intercepting projectiles.
Might as well come back here with the fucking... Oh, okay.
Ravener kill confirmed.
Yeah, that was madness. That corridor is never, like, a good place to get a boss spawn. You always want to try and pull a boss out into, like, a very open area.
Approach the Reclamation Center entrance.
Good. The hive ships are moving into range of the capillary towers. We are in Kadaku's final hours.
Oh, that didn't work.
Specialized bio neutralized.
Okay, I got a Biowar running at me.
An unpleasant odor. Iron Halo ready. Medical resupply encouraged.
There is no going back,
Oh, bro, your mic is... Bro, your mic
The
is
reclamation machines are
sounding, like, super robotic.
We need to reactivate the entire system. Find and activate consoles.
What the fuck is that sound? Below us?
Zoanthrope tag. Engage machines. High priority tyranny eliminated.
I thought I heard a Biowar. Actually, I'll take those.
Packing up equipment.
Oh, there's a zone there.
Sealed. We have to activate these consoles. Fragmentation grenade!
Vessel detected. Sharing the divine blessings of the machine god.
can leave this room. These alien vines suffocate the generators. Let us rectify this. This is but the outgrowth. We need to find and remove the spores. Brothers, we have reduced the blight.
This tyrannid growth will no longer invite
Biological matter no longer detected. System accessible. Communion with the console.
Kill confirmed. Major tyrannid threat.
Goober, you said you'll be back. You're gonna demolish some T-bone steaks real quick. Sounds good, brother.
Blessing has been interrupted. Return to the console to resume.
Out of ammo.
Magazine depleted. Throwing fragmentation. Unable to leave this room until all of the consoles are awakened.
Blessings extended to the slumbering unit. Awakening has begun. Communion with vessel complete. Ministerial authority accepted. Praise the Messiah. System restoration complete. Primary controls reset.
We activated the consoles. We must open the door. Magazines. We're entering the sanctuary of the fortress, Captain.
Head up to the cannons and remind the Xenos of whom they failed to attack.
Avenging aim. Specialized bioform neutralized. Throwing frag grenade. I am hailing records.
Might get a boss spawn up here.
The Imperium provides.
Yep, what'd I say? I tried to shoot him down. He runs right past me every time. What the? Bruh.
Injury interaction. En
Oh,
route.
fuck.
Version field operational. Tyranny eradicated. Elite level Xenos. Pacified. Ravener put down.
Oh, what? You know what?
Contact.
Forget this narrow throat. Look at that CHP recovery off one restorative sim. Full health. Beauty.
Enhanced tactic ready. Engaging elite countermeasures. Xenocytoviral dead. Zoetrope contact. Ready anti-psychic tactics. So lack further, brother. Your point? What stirs your passion if not combat? Preparing for combat. Your heart
For the Emperor,
is cold
brothers,
and
for the
still
Emperor.
as stone. It merely steadies my aim.
That lift will take us directly to the Tyranids and to the cannons.
For the Emperor! For the Emperor! My vitality wanes, brothers.
The Tyranids seem to know you're close. They are amassing at the fortress.
Then that is where they will die.
But yeah, boys, I'm going to put out a new video discussing why. Next video will be on the Chaplain for potential Year 3 new class. And I have a host of reasons why the Chaplain would actually work. But then also a couple reasons why it may not work. You know?
Eyes on the Hierophant. We must turn the cannons on it while there is still time. Sending
I think the Chaplain would be a super fun class. Unique weapon, Crozius.
You are near the last cannons. You will need to find the manual controls to operate them.
The console is near. We will unleash the cannon's divine wrath on the Hierophant. Geno's counter successful. We need those cannons active.
Yeah, you guys grab Sims. Grab Sims. And yeah, one of you guys take the targeter because you have melee weapons, and I have the massive bolter. Alright, as soon as you hit this, jump down underneath. Bro, jump down, jump down. Jump down.
This is how we burn away the infection.
I would say my number one tip on this mission when you get the targeter is once you take that first shot from that upper bridge, jump down right away underneath because the Hierophant always targets you directly with the targeter. So it'll always shoot at that top bridge if you shoot from there. On the first shot. Where's our boy? Where's our boy? Oh, he's right there. All right.
Rage generator is active. Gas cannons charged. Target the Tyranid.
All specs and fortress communications return to console.
What? This guy's literally underneath? That's some BS. Burn, Biobor, burn. Filth. Get that execution.
Obtaining armaments.
Servo skull detected. Synchronization complete. Cannons ready.
So take this first shot here, and then jump down underneath the bridge. Yep. Yeah, all the way underneath. There you go. Yeah, and now you're protected. Nice.
See how the filth suffers against our glory.
Beautiful.
Iron Halo online.
Just be careful, because he might shoot here. Oh.
System no longer detected. Engage console to reestablish union between the fortress and service skull.
The abomination!
Successful. Cannon targeting link enabled.
Keep clear of its foulness!
Ah.
Fatality reported.
It spews its vileness towards us. Stay back from the Xenos.
Bang. Done. Nicely done.
The Hierophant is on. Turning on.
Wavy, you're gonna switch to Death Watch? Nice. Nice. Oh, nice, Wavy. That got you all the way from level 2 to level 10, bro. Wait. I think I need one more mission to get Red Cape. Yeah, one more mission on Heavy to get Red Cape. Okay. It's not that long of a video, maybe 7 minutes. What video? What video am I stirring? Let's run a little decap. This one will get me the right cape. All the talk between the PvE Marines where the assault has very Chaplin-like quotes. Oh, there's a video. Oh, yeah, there are some videos out there that, like, are just, like, the voice lines of every single Marine. Like, between his own individual voice lines that you can, like, use on the, voice selector dial. And then also his in-game voice lines, like, with the other Marines. Yeah, I mean, I do think that that theory, like, you have a very good point in how he talks like a chaplain. I think that would more so speak, though, to that character, like Vespasius as a character, becoming, like, a chaplain, like, in Space Marine 3. Because if you really think about it, like, in this game, he's a second company assault intercessor with a jump pack, right? And if they continue the narrative, like, with these characters in the second company of the Ultramarines into Space Marine 3, moving him up, like, a rank, in Space Marine 3 would make more sense than having him become a new class in Space Marine 2.
Assist in the defense of the bridge until you confirm
if that makes
that
sense.
The Xenos Overlord has entered the kill zone. Then trigger the detonation.
Orders confirmed, Captain Akaram.
Delta Wing, box check. Viridian reporting. Approaching landing zone.
Talassa receiving. Commencing mission.
Acknowledged. Proceeding to relay. Maintain box reports. Counter clears out.
Because, like, also, there's voice lines, for instance, like, for Valius, the tactical, right? Where they talk about, like, Valius being, like, in a role of, like, a, like a sergeant or a, I can't remember if it was, specifically a sergeant or it was, like, a lieutenant or something else. Or even maybe a captain, you know? But they talk about him, like, climbing the ranks of, like, the second company, pretty much. Oh, yeah, I think the main attraction, class-wise, will be the Librarian in Space Marine 3. Because I think they will have time to flesh out how the character's play style will work in Space Marine 3. Like, for instance, in my video on the Librarian breakdown, the biggest detriment to them adding the Librarian to Space Marine 2 is implementing the Psyker powers, and it's probably the amount of Psyker powers that they would have to add to the class to actually make it feel proper, right? Because if you look at, like if you go on, like, Warhammer Wiki or Lexiconum and look at, like, the list of Psyker powers that a Psyker could have available to them, it's fucking huge. Like, Psykers could have so many number of powers, right? So to only give, like, if they were to implement it in this game and only give the Psyker one special ability power, I just don't think it would feel right. Like, his only ability is, like, Lightning Bolt, right? Like, cool, but, like, a Psyker would have way more powers than just, like, Lightning Bolt, right? So I think they would have to figure out how to implement that, and now they could do it some way similar to how they do the Tech Marine, right? Tech Marine has 3 different servo gun options between the standard, the plasma, and the precision enhancement sniper variant. But for a Psyker, a Psyker technically would carry all of those powers at, like, the same time almost, if that makes sense. So, like, how do they implement that where a Psyker could have, like, Lightning Bolt and also, like, a telekinetic force shield and, like, a force push, like, all at the same time, right? Because you only get one special ability per class or character in Space Marine 2. Plus, they would have to create all those new visuals for that unique Psyker class. So that, I think that, to me, is, like, their biggest detriment to not wanting to add the Librarian at this time in Space Marine 2. A Librarian would have Chain Lightning, a Force Wave, and many other abilities. Yeah, exactly. So, like, versus they could go with, like, the Justiciar, right? The Justiciar has one specific special ability being the Temper Mortis, but then also would have all these other passive abilities that would buff up melee damage and melee-based combat, which is where I truly believe they want to take the game, right? Especially with the contested health regeneration melee rework. Them wanting to take the game in that direction with having a better overall contested health, melee rework, better melee combat overall, leans more into a melee-focused class that will buff up melee combat. This is not the greatest spot for us to be right now. Oh my gosh, look at this. Oh, okay, massive wave. Yeah, thanks. Right on top of our fucking head top.
You lack fervor, brother.
What the fuck was that?
What stirs your passion if not combat?
Preparing for combat.
Your heart is as cold and still as stone.
Be merely steady as my aim.
Rally points reached for
The Minotaur does not store explosives to Codex Astartes standards. Okay, it's enough to demolish the bridge.
Iron Halo ready. Bless this detonator.
Grind explosives.
And I feel like they could just not get away with, but I feel like they could get more out of adding in a two-handed greatsword like they spoke about previously as being a priority. And adding that not only to one class, but to 3 total with adding the Justiciar class. Like, if they were to give a two-handed greatsword to Assault and Bulwark as well, that would just be way more fun, I think, for the community overall than having a single class have the Crozius being the chaplain. Because, like, I can almost guarantee, bro, that Games Workshop will not allow the Crozius to be added to any other class, similar to the Omnissiah Axe, right? Like, if they add a chaplain, the Crozius is strictly for the chaplain class. They will not allow that to be added to any other class. Which they could do. Granted, hey, they could do it. Just like they did Tech Marine, but I think that with them stating, you know, what they want to do with a two-handed greatsword, they could add that to Assault, they could add that to Bulwark. And you can make, you know, really cool, like, Vanguard veterans with two-handed greatswords. You could do, like, chapter champions for the Bulwark with a two-handed greatsword. Like, you could actually have, like, a legit Emperor's Champion at that point with the Bulwark class. Oh my god, this thing's running at Mach 10, bro. I think overall the Justiciar is good for the game because of that weapon and the unit's combat style. Exactly, right? Like, and there would have to be some real, like, headcanon for them to add, like, a full-blown chaplain, right? Because, like, if you think about it, and I'm going to talk about this in my video, so you guys are getting a little bit of a first take on this. Okay? So in the campaign, obviously Leandros is the chaplain that's covering the second company of the Ultramarines at that specific time, right? The headcanon behind adding a new chaplain to this group would be basically like, okay, they would have to, like, flesh out something, I feel like, in like a new operation about the fact that, oh, because Leandros left with Lieutenant Titus on his mission, like, the new chaplain has now been assigned to the second company, right? Because every company has a chaplain, but chaplains are assigned based on specific needs from the Reclusium that operates adjacent to the actual chapter companies, right? So there's like a reclusium that has all the chaplains that covers the chapter. And those chaplains are assigned to the companies based on needs. And in Space Marine 2, the need is like to watch, basically like watch out for Titus. So there would have to be some serious headcanon, like, oh, why are you now joining? Like, where'd Leandros go? Like, oh, he had to, like, go with Titus on his mission, so I am now being assigned. And I feel like that would just be, like, an awkward sort of, like, explanation type thing, you know? Versus just adding a Justiciar as the apprentice of Leandros under him, you know, that was already part of the second company while they were doing, like, said missions and whatnot.
You have its attention. It is moving to intercept. Apply more pressure.
Take evasive action.
Don't overheat!
Keep your eyes peeled. The Xenos Leader Beast will be in visual range shortly. Remain stolen, brothers.
You said, this is another reason I want Justiciar over Apothecary, as Apothecary, yes, has a unit-specific ability, but overall, that unit mostly uses ranged weapons.
Detonate the charges now.
That's nothing interesting or special. Yeah, so the main reason they would be adding Apothecary would basically be to fill the want of the community for additional healing in, you know, absolute operations, hard stratagems, hard siege, all that sort of stuff, right?
We have given the infernal Xenos a fitting burial.
Like I've mentioned before, if they add an Apothecary, I think they would have to do some serious reworking to Bulwark's healing perks and Vanguard's healing perks,
Go feral without their connection to the hive mind, but their focus is still on the relay.
which I'm very hesitant to be like, yeah, they definitely want to do that, because they're already sort of strapped time-wise. There have already been comments from both Focus and Saber that they struggle with time management when getting patches out and getting hot fixes out and making these types of fixes that are already needed within the game. So it's like, we already have a bunch of stuff that they already need to fix, because every time they release a patch and a hotfix, they pretty much, like, break the game. Like, because the code is not the greatest at this point in time, right? So, like, do they really want to go back and rework these specific perks that have been in the game since the release of the game, just to add an entirely new class, and then have to go back and tweak and modify Apothecary's healing perks to get some of the similar benefits that Bulwark and Vanguard were already providing before the class was even released. So it's like the gamer in me is like, yeah, that just sounds like a lot of additional work that is not necessary. Like, SM2 lacks and needs more melee. The Justiciar fills that need. Yeah, they are strapped for time. Year 3 is coming soon. I think officially Year 3 should start in September. Exactly. So my whole thought process behind the next few patches, right, is patch 14 is supposed to release, they said, in, I believe it's still quarter 2 is the release period. Take that, yeah. Oh, wow, how did I get hit by that? Okay. Burn, Xenos. So if things are playing out in the same way that they did last year, for Year 1 going into Year 2, technically the release period for the anniversary patch should be patch 15. Technically. Hold on, I gotta lock the fuck in real quick.
Iron Halo ready. High priority material eliminated. Neurophone contact. Deploy distraction tactics.
All these ads, bro. Burn, Valzinos. I'm standing in my own fire. Nice. Yeah, so if we're comparing year 2 to year 1, patch 15 is supposed to be the anniversary patch because it's the first patch of year 3 with the content year starting in September after the game released, right? Oh fuck, I just got hit by that. So if patch 15 is supposed to release in September, that means they only have this month, end of June, going into July. Hold on, I gotta lock the fuck in real quick.
Iron Halo online.
Oh shit, boys.
Need level C. Passive up.
Oh my god.
Stabilizing traumatic wound. Casualty averted.
Oh fuck.
Self-triage ready. Enhanced tactic ready.
These fucking barbed stranglers are actually the biggest, the worst part of this because they will chip your health down. Alright, dead. Whew. Okay. What the fuck was I saying? So they are strapped for time if they need to release patch 15 in September because that's when the game released. September 9th is when Space Marine 2 originally released in 2024. So if patch 15 is supposed to be on or around that date, they only have June and July and August before they get to September. June's almost up, right? We're probably going to get the June community update either end of next week or beginning of the first week of July, like the 29th or 30th of July. If that is the case, that means they only have July and August to put out the patch, and they're going to want to have time in between patch 14 and patch 15. Oh, God. Boys, what is happening, boys? I just changed this battery, too. Alright. Bet. They're going to want to have at least a month in between patches, right? So that means they're probably going to have to release patch 14 at the end of July. And granted, it's not as big of a patch as patch 13, but there's still content in there that they need to get out before the anniversary patch. Now, they said that, yeah, clear that mortal wound. They said that the new class will be in the first half of 2027, so that gives them time to create that new class.
Ready for next encounter.
But they also have to create the new class alongside creating new content and other patches. So, yeah, I think end of July is when I am expecting patch 14. Watch out. Majora's coming in. Oh, fuck. I knew he was coming for me. Oh, yeah, that combo. You think new class will tease by December and drop in February? I agree. Same thing they did with Tech Marine. Right? And that puts them on a deadline. So, you know, if they're really thinking optimally about how to create a class with where they're already going in terms of the contested health melee balance rework, you know, adding a Justiciar that has no voice lines and can fit into that role perfectly, I think is the best choice. March at the latest, you said? Yeah, I could see March potentially. But remember, the more they push it back, the more pissed off the community gets. And it also might depend heavily on if there is a potential new model coming along with a class from GW, right? So they may be on a deadline due to GW and model release, which we may not know about. That could always be a potential thing. Oh my god, look at the spore mines. No! Brother!
Other support protocol engaged. Will. Iron Halo ready. The Stasis is dead. All brothers down. Engage lone operative protocols. Conversion field operational.
Come on, baby. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Yes.
Executing.
Elderly Koala, welcome to the chat, bro. I'm surprised they haven't put an apothecary in yet. So, yeah, that's kind of what we were discussing, like...
If you can hear this, Heracles, we've got the bastards. Excellent work, brother.
I believe the reason they haven't put an apothecary in yet is because there's already so much healing from other classes in the game, like Vanguard and Bulwark. It kind of defeats the purpose of putting in an apothecary, because if you put an apothecary in, you have to balance and tweak him, right? So, if I'm thinking about an apothecary in this game, he would be similar to the Tech Marine in terms of his own health pool, right? So he's going to have a lower health pool, which is going to make him squishier, but he's going to provide more team-based healing to other classes versus himself, okay? At the same time, they're going to have to rework all of the healing perks on Bulwark and Vanguard, which is going to take additional time, which I don't think they want to apply that time to doing health regen reworks when they already need to finish up like the contested health melee rework that they started like over like 6 months to a year ago. And I think the game is craving a class that is melee specific, that gives additional buffs to melee damage and melee output and survival in melee, which like a chaplain or justiciar would probably do over an apothecary. You said, or maybe librarian? Yeah, they're probably not going to put a librarian in this game. Yeah. I put out a whole video explaining why they probably... It's... I never say never, but it's a very low percentage that they're putting an apothecary in this game. Same thing with Terminator. Very low. If not zero, right? I never say never, but, you know, it's almost impossible. And considering we have stratagems with buffs and debuffs for enemies, yeah. I just don't think the apothecary is going to be the pick for them. I think that the two most likely classes are either Justiciar or Apothecary, because I think the Chaplain is less likely than the Apothecary, actually. Only because the Chaplain, like, in this game, with the whole narrative around Leandros being the Chaplain of the Second Company during the time that Titus is the Lieutenant and stuff, it just, like, if you were to play, like, think about this. If you were to play... Yo, guys, thanks for playing as well. If you were to play the Operation Mission Inferno, it really wouldn't make sense for Leandros to be taking orders from Titus during, like, Inferno Decapitation, what else? Vox Liberatus. Let's actually look at the mission straight away. Oh, let me show off the cape real quick. And then I'll sort of explain this. All right, boys, we got the red cape for heavy. Hell yeah. Bang. Whee! Let's fucking go. First of all, red cape for heavy. Here comes my captain in Gravis armor. But if we were to run over here to these missions, right? So think about this. It would not make sense for the lore, really, even, for the Chaplain Leandros to be taking orders from Titus in Inferno, Decap, Vox Liberatus, Reliquary, Fall of Atreus, Ballistic Engine, Termination, and Obelisk. Right? Because I'm pretty sure after this, like after Obelisk, that's when they cut off the tie of the operations to the campaign. Because this is essentially the last mission before Titus leaves to go, you know, with Calgar and Leandros and the Vitrix Guard to go do that other mission where he, like, meets back up with Matoris and, like, those other First Company Blade Guard veterans. So it wouldn't make sense. So they would essentially have to, like, basically retcon the game and be like, oh yeah, during all these operations, like, there was another chaplain, like, serving at the same time with the Second Company while Leandros was, like, watching like, it doesn't make sense. Like, you know? Because there's only one chaplain assigned to the Second Company of the Ultramarines. So from a lore narrative perspective, it just doesn't make sense to have another chaplain in here, like, for these types of missions. Like, what are the voice lines going to be, right? How are they going to explain how that sort of works? Versus if you have an apothecary, that would work, right? Apothecary, there's an apothecary assigned to the second company. He's doing all this shit, you know, while all this stuff is going on. Judiciar too, because a Judiciar is an apprentice chaplain. He's just the apprentice of Leandros during these missions, and then Leandros leaves, and then he fills the void of a chaplain being there because he's still an apprentice chaplain and he's working on, you know, inspiring his brothers. Now, with the Judiciar, it's a little bit different because he wouldn't have any voice lines. Because Judiciars take an oath of silence, so he wouldn't have any voice lines, so it would be kind of, they could play into the gimmick of, like, the other characters speaking to the Judiciar, and him just not saying anything. But then him being, like, running into battle and, like, dicing people up, like, dicing enemies up, and the other Marines being like, you inspire me, like, that way. Saber's not about that helping us out. Yeah. Looking like a true dragon. Thank you, brother. Yeah, if a chaplain enters the operation, he's the one giving orders as he's higher on the totem pole. Exactly. He's the one speaking litanies, like, leading the charge, right? And in the campaign, actually, Leandros just, like, he's only there, like, speaking litanies in, like, the larger group before they, like, run into battle, right? Yeah, it seems like options are running dry. Then again, I'm not that knowledgeable. Hey, man, everyone has an opinion on what could be viable for, you know, that next class. I just think with the options they have to pick, the Apothecary and Judiciar are, like, the top two options. Narratively, that would track as Leandros hates Titus and does not trust him, so he would entrust his student to keep an eye on him closely. Yeah. And who knows, I mean, I'm just happy that there's more 40k stuff. Hell yeah, brother, I love it. I think the discussion is good. You know, some people get really upset at, like, the discussion around it. They're like, it's actually so fucking hilarious because every single time I go on a, every single time I go... Oh, Wavy, thanks for playing, brother. Every single time I go on a forum or a Reddit post or even the focus forums, like every patch notes, every community update, you will see the same people requesting the same new class, right? Like, bro, I saw on the most recent community update in May, people still requesting the Terminator, still requesting Librarian. And it's not bad. It's just they have said some stuff regarding those two classes in, like, the Space Marine 2 Discord. But I think the discussion around it is important because for a lot of players, like I've said previously, they don't even consider the overall narrative of Space Marine 2 and what they're trying to go for, right? Like, Games Workshop intentionally creates a narrative in every single thing they pretty much do, because if you don't have that base foundation narrative, then it's just random people doing random things, like, in the game, right? Like, random objectives. Versus, like, the operations, the first 6 missions are the direct adjacent missions that are happening at the same time as the campaign is going on. Embrace the tinfoil hat powwow. It's good for the soul, don't be shy. Yeah.
I lack the locomotion to hover over each of you as you work. Solve the riddles of steel with the minds you are.
So, I mean, I love the discussion around, yeah, we don't want 40k Warzone or Fortnite. Exactly. And while some people may consider, they're like, oh, the narrative for operations doesn't matter that much. Like, we can create our own, you know, our own Marines doing their own thing. Yeah, that's true. Like, you can change everything about your Marine, but at the end of the day, it's still voice lines for Second Company Ultramarines, all the people that are giving the tasks and objectives are commanders or the command system or even the Magos Galio giving instructions for objectives and tasks. Like, and those are second company Ultramarine characters. So while you may be able to change your individual person to look however the way you want, the base, like, foundation of, like, each mission is that technically these are second company Ultramarines going and doing this objective. Yeah, Terminator requests are fried. That conversation of add this is dead, at least for SM2, is just so far out of vision. Yeah, I do agree. It is out of vision. The Terminator is out of vision. I just don't think it would ever work in this game, but I do think it could work in a future game in a very unique way. If it didn't matter, then they wouldn't have put in the work to match up the voice lines from the campaign to your actions. Exactly. That's exactly right. Like, they would have just created an operations mode with, you know, with a like, they wouldn't have put, like, Captain Akaran giving the tasks and stuff. They would have just made a random, like, maybe random UI notifications, like, here's a new objective, here's a new objective, here's a new objective. They wouldn't have tied the campaign into the operations if it didn't matter to them. But that's the thing, like, to Games Workshop, it does matter, because Games Workshop always creates some sort of narrative around all of their, you know, additions, their games, all of that sort of stuff. Like, yeah, go here, kill this, protect this. Exactly. Like, even with, you know, 11th edition coming out, they have, in the 11th edition core rulebook, they have all this narrative lore about who's on Armageddon, what chapters are actually there. But the best thing about 40K is, even with the core rulebook and the lore and the narrative around 11th edition, like, the Blood Angels are there, the Ultramarines are there, the Black Templars, but then they exclude some chapters, like the Imperial Fists aren't there, like the Raven Guard isn't there, but you have all these successors there. That doesn't mean that you can, like, create your own game and, like, have a match where, like, you have Raven Guard versus, like, Emperor's Children or something on Armageddon. Like, that makes it fun. It makes it fun for people who play the game, because then you're tying your own armies and stuff into the narrative to create, like, your own, you know, fantasy, right? So the Reddit mods won't like that. Stop that immediately. Yeah, really. The critical thinking. The Reddit mods. Armageddon mention, I will die on this world, I will die on Armageddon. Yeah. You either die on Armageddon or they win the war. That's exactly how that should be. So yeah. Okay. Let's do a little, like, customize it. What the heck? What is that? Why is the cape on the front of my heavy right here? All right. Let's do a little, like, what would a Death Watch Company captain in Gravis armor look like? Oof. Bro, Ultramarines be getting everything in this game. For real. Ultramarines and Black Templars. Actually, that works great. I would actually have to do... I gotta do some research on this, actually. They really do need some more Gravis armor pieces. Speaking of Armageddon, I picked up my 11th edition box set. Hell yeah, brother. Meister Inc., yeah, you're gonna paint them Blood Angels, right? Yeah. Are you gonna, I think you said previously you're gonna trade the Orcs for more Space Marines, right? I will say F the race cars in the weekly hard stratagem. I demand more Blood Angel drip before the year's end. Me too, brother. Really need some. God. Of course you gotta go with the Deathwatch Iron Halo, right? Like something like that? Does that really work for a salamander, though? Like, if you were to pick a chapter for, like, a watch company captain, like, first founding chapter, what are we picking, right? Maybe, like, Imperial Fist? I mean, technically, I guess it could be literally anything. Indeed, for the Angel, already started building them. Hell yeah. Yeah, I don't want the Orcs looking to trade or sell them. Nice. Will you run? Will you run? I feel like this pauldron needs to be different. It needs to have more flair. Like, for instance, I'll just use Ultramarines because, God, they're just probably the easiest to use. Like, something like that, but I would change this out, obviously. The speech at the Eternity Gate is tearjerker, but also relatable. Facts. I really do hope they add more, like, unhelmeted looks for other chapters. I know that the voice pack DLC really didn't go over well, but I still think it would be worth them maybe to just even add the heads, even if they don't add, like, voice lines. Because I think their biggest concern is that the voice lines cost them additional money. And if they wanted to do all the voice lines, like, if they wanted to do voice lines to actually change, like, the full-blown lines in the mission, it would cost them, they would have to charge $25 per voice pack, which I don't know. All I want them to do, if they release another voice pack head DLC, all I want them to do is have the heads for other chapters do the voice dial selector lines like they did for the last pack, but just make the mouths move on the heads. They can keep the Second Company Ultramarine lines in the mission. Like, I don't give a fuck about that. Like, just make the mouths move, make them match how the heads normally look if you were just put the Ultramarine heads on there. Yeah, I want more voice lines for other chapters. I don't care about, like, the whole mission being voiced for the other chapter. Do it the same way as the last one, but just make the mouths move. Like make it the same standard of quality that you made the other heads. But, like, you can keep the Second Company Ultramarine lines in if you want. It's not that big of a deal for me personally. But I do want, like if they do a Salamander head, I want him saying Salamander shit when I go in the voice dial selector about, being forged in the fire, like striking the anvil, like something like that. I don't fucking know. All right, I'm gonna play Bulwark. Does anybody need to do the weekly hard stratagem? Does anybody need to do the weekly hard stratagem? No? Let's run some Inferno again. Jumping into some other games in your Steam library while we wait for the next patch. Yeah, we're in the patch 14 waiting room right now. We're just grinding away. Oh, wow, just spawn me right on top of a warrior, why don't ya? We're in the patch 14 waiting room right now. You've been maxed out on all currency for a while. Yeah, you're just chilling. Same here. I'm maxed out on currency, but I still do the weekly hard in case people want to run it. So I can always help them out and stuff. Plus, it gets missions done for me to get all my Ultragrind stuff done. I think I need 3 more for the first tier on Bulwark.
First waypoint ahead. Let us enter the camp.
Might run some waves of normal siege if people want to just get their total waves of normal siege done as well. Because I gotta get like 1,000 waves done to unlock like a fucking Iron Halo for tactical or bulwark or something.
Demolition codes required to deploy and arm their ordnance. Source one from any soldier you see, alive or otherwise. I have the codes, brothers.
We have located the code.
Proceed to the Prometheum refinery and complete the demolition preparations.
This galaxy is not yours.
Good luck in your crusade, brother, and the Emperor protects. Thank you, brother. Hold the line. Siege grind is 250, 500, and 1,000. Yeah. So I'm gonna be chipping away at that for a good long while. And I haven't even attempted the 25 waves of hard siege ordeal yet, because I feel like it's just gonna be so fucking annoying. Like,
Behold, the supremacy of
gotta get a solid team comp together for that one. And I don't even know if my console is gonna be able to fucking stand up for that. Like, genuinely. You just finished that one? Oh, fuck.
There is no going back, brothers.
The 25 waves are not too bad. Yeah, if I'm gonna do 25 waves of hard siege, I want to have like an optimal strategy, you know, like everyone buying tech priests, like making sure like we're all like coordinating and stuff on what waves we're using, like the dreadnought and stuff and all that, because it'll just be unnecessarily difficult if we don't do that sort of stuff, I feel like. Oh, okay. A+ group is a must, yeah. You don't have to be super sweats, but you need to be on the same page, yeah. Exactly. That's exactly what I'm gonna try and do. So we'll see. Or one day maybe I'll just run it with random people and it'll just be like fucking a sweat fest.
Talassa, the Cadians are running out of time. How close are you to the Prometheum facility?
Arriving at the objective now.
You are making good time. We are going to need it.
Who knows? We'll get it figured out at some point.
Looks like preparations were close before the guard was wiped out.
Use the codes to prime the ball and finish its deployment into the crypt Prometheum well. Cautiously. If you know what is good for you.
Waste nothing, brothers.
Okay, what is attacking us? I hear something.
All according to the Emperor.
Rights of activation have been observed. Generators of the machine
I actually really like the Encarmine axe.
Is discharging irregular.
That's what I'm using right now, and at first I was like, this is like way slower and doesn't do that much damage, but if you get that double block charge, it really does work very well.
Attention. Crane drive is jammed. Perform the necessary cleansing to resume operation.
Found a trove of relics.
I'm not going to take that Guardian Relic. That can be for them.
Drive train restored. Begin the course of locomotion minutes. X-axis line. As well.
This is a precise operation. We will have to hold out.
Boy. Violent dismantling of Generator 4 in progress. Punish the ignorant iconoclasts.
Oh, out of ammo.
Generator 2 under threat. Margin of error 0.0 nanometers. This is progress, brothers. We are almost there. Bring it into the Omnissiah's proper alignment.
Yeah, especially with Intimidating Aura on Bulwark.
My war gear is set.
Demolition deployment sequence complete. Errors logged under the
Good shot.
Omnissiah's functional Oculus.
Bomb is in place, Command.
There is an observation platform overlooking the Cryptomethium fields. It will make a good vantage for your ambush.
Keep going forward.
I'll grab it.
Relics at my location.
This has touched death. Alien influence trapped. No solar smoke can withstand us.
Oh, wow. What the? One, the Gaunt Firestorm. I really am interested, though, to see, number one, what they do with the war gear update for tabards and robes, how they're going to apply that.
Rest assured.
Because I really think and hope that they're going to do it in a sort of semi-modular customization way, where you apply a normal breastplate, but then you go to the second war gear tab and you can apply whatever tabard or robe you would like. That way, hopefully, I can make a lore-accurate, what's it called, Wolfguard Headtaker for the Bulwark class. Because currently, right now, as you all know, you know, the Bulwark, he only gets that standard type robe. So hopefully I can switch that robe out, you know, that long tabard, for something like a wolf pelt tabard. And then if they do that too, I can make a semi-lore accurate, pseudo-lore accurate Space Wolf's Iron Priest. Because I think they're going to add tabards to the Tech Marine. I really do. At least. And hopefully we can take that dumbass tabard off the Tech Marine base relic tier breastplate and actually have a legit lore accurate Tech Marine breastplate without a tabard.
We need that bomb triggered for optimal yield. Orbital scan
That
estimates the bulk of the
janky
swarm
ass
will not be in position
chain.
for a while yet.
It's like
Keep your heads and get it
it's
done.
like slinkies and a tabard together for the Tech Marine, the relic tier breastplate.
A refill is flowing. Light it when ready.
Hello. Are they?
Burning the tyranny.
The bulk of the swarm is continuing along the protected path. Continue holding.
Yeah, it's really buggy. It's constantly like jumping up and down. And that's why I say they have so many things that they really need to like put more time into. Not only gameplay and balancing tweak wise, but like cosmetic wise. They don't have time to rework a bunch of healing perks at this point, I think. Oh my god, look at the spore mines. Oh my god. Oh! Nice. Oh, there's more.
Halfway there, brothers. Keep it up.
Oh! Oh my god! Oh, a Carnifex. That's fun. Oh, a Lictor just came out of there? That's weird.
That silence too is violent.
Never seen that before. How am I killing him in one hit?
Fumbled its tactical advantage.
Y'all saw that, right? I just killed that Lictor in like one fucking hit. I'm not even taking like I parried him once, but usually they last a little longer than that. Completely out of ammo over here as well. Oh, he ran off. He ran off the side. Wait, where's our, oh, our assault? I was like, where's he at?
More of the skittering vermin.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to making proper Vanguard veterans with the loincloth and jump pack. Exactly. Same thing with Sterngard veterans as well.
While I stand, none of my drop.
Get back in the fight, brother. Bang. Oh, okay. Hello.
The swarm has almost
Why, hello there.
Be ready for my mark.
I've made contact with the Minister of Camino. Oh, bro. It seems they're creating a clone army. Oh, I fucking love the power axe, bro. It is just so satisfying.
Grenade release.
And yeah, the Tech Marine Current Relic Tabard is no bueno. I never use it. Exactly. Like it's funny because they added
Clear to
the
detonate. Cook those
Tech
rotten
Marine
bastards.
Champion being
Readying the charge.
being like a Iron Father, and it had the right tabard, like the Ceramite tabard. I was surprised they added it on the back as well,
Bioscience down
but
90%.
I'm pretty sure that it was a bug
Annihilation confirmed.
that when you applied the chest piece for the Tech Marine Champion, I knew that fucker was coming, bro.
Thunderhawk arriving at evac point. Wrap down and ready.
We can make it. Keep going.
Extraction complete.
When you applied it separately, the Tech Marine Champion breastplate, I believe it's bugged right now, and it was supposed to have that Ceramite tabard front and back. But hopefully what they do is they just add that Ceramite tabard as part of the War Gear update. And then they make the Relic Tier breastplate able to take off the tabard. So there's no tabard. But the actual Tech Marine breastplate right now is closer to the lore-accurate tabletop model from Games Workshop in terms of a Tech Marine breastplate. Should we switch up the chapter that we're playing as? We have options. We have so many options. We could play Ultramarines. We could play Space Wolves. I was thinking about maybe making Blood Angels. An entire Blood Angels kill team. Should we do that? Should we spend the time doing that? It's gonna be a fucking time. I think I already have. Wait, do I? Oh, no, I don't. I thought I had a preset for Blood Angels. Do it for the angel. Okay, let's do something. Let's do something for sure. All right, so we're gonna make Kazarian because I love Kazarian. And actually, funny enough that I'm gonna make Kazarian, I'm gonna end up making a video on how to make a lore accurate battle brother that has returned to his chapter from the Death Watch. Because I'm pretty sure I've seen more confusion, more like misrepresentation for that type of character in this game than I've ever seen. Because there isn't actually that much from what I've researched and what I've seen. Even like looking in the old Death Watch core rulebook for like the role playing game. There's actually not that information on what a proper Death Watch battle brother returning to their chapter would wear. They just keep their pauldron, don't they? So that's the thing. There's like, I've seen people say that they just keep the pauldron, but in media, like the Angels of Death Warhammer Plus series, and even in the Space Hulk Deathwing game, anytime you apply Deathwatch cosmetics and they're on the home chapter that they return to, they have both the gauntlet and the pauldron. I don't know where the information that they only keep the pauldron came from. Like, if anyone in chat knows that, like if there is an actual reference, like from a rulebook or from a codex or something where it says any battle brother that returns from the Deathwatch only keeps the Deathwatch pauldron and not the gauntlet, I would love to read that because I have not seen that legit anywhere. But in any media that Games Workshop has put out or given their IP to, any member that has returned from the Deathwatch back to their home chapter has always kept the gauntlet and the pauldron. And actually, let me pull up a photo right here. Let me see if I have this real quick. Okay. Hold on, real quick. Can't wait for the leaked arm. Yes, same here, brother. That will actually complete the Deathwatch kits and the chest piece as well. Okay, so I'm gonna pull up some Space Hulk Deathwing photos that I found Okay. So if you can kind of see this. So this is in the game Spacehawk Deathwing. Thank you for the lore accurate drip guides. I'm fairly new to Warhammer. Your videos save me a lot of research. You're very welcome, brother. That's the whole intention around the videos is, you know, there's a bunch of stuff out there. Everyone loves to have like their own unique take on it, but like what is actually, you know, consistent with like media, codexes, books, all that stuff that is put out, that speaks directly to the lore, what is consistent, and I try to apply that as best I can with what I have available in the game, of course. You know, and the more they update the customization, the more I have to even go back and like redo some guides, because now they're, you know, now you can actually fully make characters and units correctly with as they continue to update the patches. So this is a photo from Spacehawk Deathwing. Okay, this is in the game, right? So this is a Deathwing Terminator who served in the Death Watch. He actually has the Inquisition helmet right here, as well as the Death Watch left pauldron and left gauntlet. So this is the Death Watch Power Fist. Now, this isn't the Death Watch Power Fist that's in the leaked information, like with the underbarrel melta-gun. Berserk, greetings, King. Hope you're well, brother. Yes, thank you, brother. I'm doing well. Hope you're doing as well, So, you know, this is Games Workshop approved IP right here, right? So, Deathwatch helmet that's painted in the Deathwing colors, and then the standard Deathwatch pauldron and gauntlet in their polished silver. Okay, and let me pull up another one. Okay, let's take a look at this one right here. Oops, oh my gosh, I'm covering the whole screen, right? Pfft, chopped. Here we go. Hopefully you guys can see this. But here's another one right here. Okay? So, Deathwing Terminator, Deathwatch left Power Fist, and Deathwatch left pauldron. Okay. So, it appears to have changed over time in GW depictions, apparently. It used to be the pauldron moved to the right shoulder, but shifted to both remain on the same side to reflect lines referenced in lore. Interesting. Do you know where that is coming, where that comes from, though, Wayward? Like, if there's a book or a codex that reference that? I have not been able to find anything regarding it. And then let me just double check real quick if I have a picture of Kazarian. I don't think I do. Okay. Because this doesn't really show it that good, though. I would legit have to pull it up. in like the actual like video. Because here's my whole thing about the Deathwatch Gauntlet and Pauldron. In my opinion, and this is not based off the lore or anything like that, they pretty much have to go together because the Deathwatch Left Gauntlet has inscription similar to the Pauldron, and it has that half sundial thing on it, which I don't know the name of actually. Like, I don't know if there's an actual name for that little half sundial on the Deathwatch Left Gauntlet. But in my opinion, it just doesn't look right if they're not applied together. Like the whole arm is a Deathwatch arm. So I will likely make a video on this in the future. Because there's just like a lot of like confusion or even like controversy around it almost. Because like I said, I go on Reddit forums, bro, and I legit see people like debating in the comment sections like, it's only the Pauldron. No, it's the Gauntlet and the Pauldron. The Pauldron's supposed to go on the right, but you can't do it in Space Marine. I'm just like, bro, what are we doing? Trying to find a good photo here. I don't know if I can. Okay, this is probably going to be the best image that I can get. Sergeant Kazarian from the Warhammer Plus Angels of Death series is commonly cited as returning to the Blood Angels while still displaying the Deathwatch shoulder pad and silver arm. Yeah. What site is that from? Isn't it when a veteran earns the right to wear Terminator armor and enters the Deathwing, everything flips? No. So when a Dark Angel Space Marine becomes or earns the veteran status of being able to join the Deathwing, essentially what happens is they are inducted into the Inner Circle. So the Inner Circle is the highest level of knowledge basis that a Dark Angel Space Marine can gain, right? And even members that join the Inner Circle don't know all parts of the Inner Circle knowledge, like all the way up to essentially like the Chapter Master Azrael and Lionel Johnson. Like they might not know every single thing. Like some parts still may be kept secret from even Inner Circle members, but once you enter the Inner Circle, you effectively you have gained the right to know like the darkest secrets of the Dark Angels, right? Typically relating to the Fallen, okay? And the Fallen are those Dark Angels that turned traitor and then left the chapter and that the Dark Angels continue to hunt down, right? And that's where the Raven Wing comes in, like the Raven Wing being the second company. They're tasked with hunting down the Fallen, and then the Deathwing come in and like actually like seek them out to like either take them out or capture them or whatever it may be. When you enter the Deathwing, though, the actual color of your armor then becomes bone white. And now there are depictions of Deathwing Terminators, which in the Deathwing and the first company of the Dark Angels, they have one of the biggest armories of Terminator armor available to them because the majority of Deathwing members only wear Terminator armor. But there are depictions of Blade Guard veterans who are Deathwing Blade Guard veterans who have bone white Mark 10 Tacticus armor as well. But when you join the Deathwing, you paint your armor bone white. Effectively, it's in remembrance of a battle in where the first company was to hold out, and they all expected to actually die an honorable death at this battle. So they all painted their armor bone white because they were like, if we're going to die, we're going to paint our armor bone white in remembrance of... I can't remember exactly what it was in remembrance of, but they painted all their armor bone white, and they actually survived that battle. But after they painted their armor bone white and survived, they continued that tradition up until the 41st millennium. So, reference Uriel Ventress surprising his fellow Ultramarines when he donned his Deathwatch colors during the course of a novel, a plot device surely, but useful in this instance. Okay. Sides getting confused as older lore concept drawings on Wiki showing it is on the opposite side of the body. This is before it was solidified in canon. Okay. What did you miss while you were on your food crusade? We got the red cape for Heavy. And we've been discussing what is actually lore accurate when it comes to a Space Marine Battle Brother returning from the Deathwatch to his home chapter. And obviously, like, a Space Marine Battle Brother who returns from the Deathwatch, like Titus, you don't have to wear the Deathwatch left pauldron or left gauntlet at all. Like, Titus doesn't wear it after he returns. But we're trying to figure out, is there a reference in the lore that says when a Deathwatch Battle Brother returns from the Deathwatch to his home chapter, he only bears the pauldron, or he bears the pauldron and the gauntlet? Because there's also apparently references to the Deathwatch pauldron being switched to the right shoulder instead of the left. So let me show this picture real quick of Kazarian. So this is probably the best picture I'm gonna get outside of actually like watching the show, right? So here's the pauldron, and this is actually the silver left gauntlet as well. So those are really like the three photos that I've shown are really like the most recent updates to depictions of Battle Brothers returning from the Deathwatch back to their home chapter and still displaying the Deathwatch left pauldron and left gauntlet. So I will likely make a video on this in the future because there's just a lot of confusion around it. Exactly, yeah, Meister Inc. After a Marine has fulfilled his duty in the Deathwatch and returns to his respective chapter, they are permitted the choice of how much of any Deathwatch armor they want to continue to don. Okay. Okay. So maybe it's both. Maybe they could wear both the gauntlet and the pauldron, or just the pauldron, or they could put the pauldron on the right side. Like, they could do any of it. Because I've seen depictions of Uriel Ventress where he only has, like, the Deathwatch Inquisition Greave. And no pauldron, no gauntlet. Like, I've seen that as well. I don't think there's any specific requirement as to what they wear, or they have to wear it this way, at least not to my knowledge, yeah. So maybe I include that in the video. Maybe it's all of those options are valid. Mm-hmm.